Hey YouTube, hey YouTube, hey! So, Avengers Age of Ultron Trailer 3. Let's go. I have deliberately held off on watching this trailer because I believe that 3 trailers is a bit excessive for a movie. I think, with the last trailer, they didn't show too much new footage, so I thought, okay, they don't want to give away the whole story in a trailer, which is fine. Too many movies have done that recently. That's fine. I applaud them for that. Then they released a third trailer, kind of unexpectedly. I was like, do you know what? At this point, it's coming out soon enough. I mean, we're already in March. It'll be out next month. I can just wait, But too many people were making a buzz for it online, and too many people were asking me, "Have you seen the trailer? Have you seen the trailer?" So I watched it. God help me, I watched it, and you know what? Fine, honestly, brilliant. It doesn't give the whole game away, but it does show us some new stuff. For the first time, it's not a trailer built around that Hulkbuster fight. Although there is a lot of that. I'm gonna probably be using the word role reversal quite a bit in this trailer, in this video, but bear with me. So it opens up with some more of James Spader's deliciously evil Ultron monologue. Just saying, I was created to save people. They'd look up in the sky and see hope. I think I'm going to take that from them first. Jank! Pulls Cable out of the back of his head. Is he downloading Stark's secrets? Is he sort of transmitting his consciousness into the drones? Who cares? It looked badass. And he's sitting on a throne, Sitting on a throne. There's a lot of images of Ultron, the robot Megalord, sitting on a throne, man. I mean, like, he did it in Annihilation. There's like a pop figure where he's sitting there holding like an Iron Man helmet, just sitting there like, "Alas, Iron Man, I knew you well before I crushed you and ripped you apart from the inside out." That. So, so excellent. It does look like Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch are definitely in league with him. They're not like sort of his prisoners that are being forced to work with him or whatever. It does look like, all right, we are against the Avengers for X, Y, and Z. We're with this guy. God help us. Yeah, man. And we see some pretty cool action shots. There is one, like, straight out of the comic books where it's just this pure mid-action shot of them all just leaping into the fray, man. Fucking, Cap's on a bike, Iron Man's just there, hopping mid-shoot, Thor's like, dude, I'm excited. Just, yes. Anytime, like, what I loved about the Avengers so much is that it felt like an event comic, like Secret Invasion or Civil War or Siege or Fear itself, or an event comic brought to life, Everybody gets their fuck yeah moment, everyone comes off great, it's pretty massive story, but handled very well. Gorgeous to look at. The best event comic you could find on screen. And this seems to follow up. Anytime they take a cue anytime they rip something from the pages and it just looks glorious, yes, I can support that. Ultron again has, to me, usurped Megatron's place as top robot badass Dark Lord, complete with throne and cape and cowl, crimson cowl. So we do see some more stuff there. We see like Tony Stark's altruism, and you know what they say about the road to good intentions and all that. How he's like, I wanted to create a suit of armor for the world. Instead, I created something worse, and that was artificial intelligence. We see a couple of shots of him holding Loki's scepter, so it is believed that is the mind gem, because that's Loki used that to brainwash people in Avengers, and this will have something to do with Ultron becoming self-aware. We don't see the part with him like breaking up the Avengers party, but we've seen that enough times. We don't need to see that again. Oh man, we see some more of them assaulting like a Hydra base at the start. We see some more of the twins. We see a good bit more of the Maximoff twins. We don't hear them speak yet, although allegedly they are going to speak with a thick sort of Eastern European accent. Kind of like they don't really do that in the books. It's just sort of, we just know that they're from there. They don't do anything heavy with accent. Anyway, I digress. We see, there's the part where Captain America just goes, "I'm getting sick and tired of people paying for our mistakes," and it's this scene where he's about to pull a car off the edge of the cliff, but he just sort of pulls the bumper off, and the car goes I mean, it's kind of tragic. Unless one of the flyers picks it up on the way down, you know, Falcon, Thor, Iron Man, War Machine. He knows a lot of guys can fly. Unless that doesn't happen, damn, man. A lot more, like, there's a lot of shots of a city in ruin, and this really gets me thinking that Ultron's going to lay waste to somewhere. There is, in one of the comics from years back, one of the best runs on Ultron, he takes over a small European country, wipes out everybody in it, takes it for his own, inhabits it with all of his drones until the Avengers stop him. And the Avengers barely stop him. So I'd like to see a callback to that. That'd be pretty cool. Some more of the Hulk. We get to see Quicksilver knock Captain America the fuck out in like a full-on uppercut, just boof. Dude. We get to see Scarlet Witch using her powers, and not just in the I'm going to pick up these cubes and make them explode. And like a lot of the times we've seen, it's always been, you know, we've seen Hulk with the red eyes. We thought that might have something to do with Scarlet Witch. Now we see her like putting on some sort of enchantment on, you know, on Black Widow. That'd be pretty cool. They all seem to be gathered together in some sort of farmhouse or cabin or something, and we see Nick Fury, so maybe it's like one of his hideouts. Cool. And they're all just sort of there with their wits and their wills. It's right on. We see there's a really cool sort of scene across a bridge and like a factory of the big three, Cap, Thor, and Iron Man, versus Ultron, Quicksilver, and Scarlet Witch. Those two facing off against each other. Those two groups, rather, facing off against each other in a small room. Fine. Honestly, that's going to kick ass. Let me see. What else? Some more of Thor, like, in that weird pool. We do. Oh, yeah. The Hulkbuster armor, the Hulkbuster / Hulk fight. We see, again, a role reversal of that scene in Avengers where Hulk jumps up into the air and catches Iron Man, and then he's like grabbing onto the building to sort of slow him down during the descent. In this one, he's beating the fuck out of that Hulkbuster armor running up a building. That's how you know they're not friends anymore. But yeah, man, I can't wait for that fight. That's going to be fucking amazing. Dude, a lot more of Captain America. Again, role reversal. This time around, Tony Stark is becoming more of the serious, stoic, sort of, not grim, but more grown-up Tony Stark that I was familiar with when I started reading comics. And Captain America is starting to make the wisecracks. You know, just not even wisecracks, just sort of wry remarks, you know? And that's pretty cool. That bit where he says, you know, I don't think any of us are going to see the end. Are going to see this through to the end. Or what is it? I've watched this trailer like 8 times, and I still can't quote it word for word. I'm a disgrace of a nerd. I really am. Apologies, guys. Apologies. The bit where, you know, dude. I don't know. Well, anyway, basically Cap says, I got no plans for tomorrow night. Just a nice guy. It's a classy one-liner, man. That's who he is. We see like a weird bit where everyone's like, oh my god, is that Wolverine? Because you see like these 3 claw-esque things. And it's not Wolverine. It's not Ulysses' claw. It's got to be like, if you pause it at the right time, you can see it's actually 3 arrows. Retractable arrows for Hawkeye. So he just run out like he did in Avengers that one time. And yet, somehow inexplicably had another one at the end for Loki. Maybe he picked it up. I don't know. Whatever. I digress again. Pretty cool, man. Honestly, we don't get a look at the Falcon or Peggy Carter. You know, people who were sort of alluded to be in that movie, but it's awesome, man. Honestly, dude, and there's 2 money shots towards the end, and I'm going to get into those now. Okay, first off, bit where the Avengers are sort of cornered by Ultron, and Thor's like, "Is that the best you can do?" And Ultron is just sort of hovering there, just going, you know, like fucking, like Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, you know? Ezio is just sort of, although instead of 1 or 2 guys in white robes coming down and slicing throats, it's a horde of Ultron drones. A horde, sir. And they Cap just like, again, wry remarks. You had to ask. His look is fantastic. It's just like, this fucking guy, seriously? The mouth on you? Man. And again, it's like, if that's good, but I'd much rather see Ultron, we would have words with thee, or something to that effect. That's a quote that Thor throws at Ultron back in the comics, and it turned really iconic, man. It's brilliant. So there's that, and again we just see this army of them charging at the Avengers with the Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver by this time. So presumably they defected, and yeah, man, honestly, it's really cool to see guys with a different power set. More than I can hit this guy really hard with this power that I have, you know. Here's someone who can run stupid fast, and here's someone whose powers aren't very clearly defined. She's got telekinesis, telepathy. Presumably she can shoot like energy blast, like red energy blast, hex magic, chaos magic. They've always said it in the comics, but it's always weird. Scarlet Witch in the comics is a mutant who can do magic, but the mutant power is the magic. It's like, yeah, not every mutant can do magic. Not everyone who can do magic is a mutant. Scarlet Witch is that somewhere in between. So yeah, her powers aren't very clearly defined. I'd like to see more of that as it goes along. And then as well, we get our first ever look, a teaser at the Vision. It's just a face and the eyes opening, and the eyes are telescopic like a camera. Man, that attention to detail, sir. That's just, whenever that guy opens his mouth and we hear Jarvis's voice coming out, it's like, damn, that's Vision. That's awesome. I mean, I was undecided on the Vision for a long time. He's not my favourite Avenger, and I've just never understood why you would build a robot and put a cape on him. And even in the movie, they've decided, put a cape on that robot. But perhaps they'll justify it some way or the other. I think that he's going to be the antithesis to Ultron. He's going to be the sort of the one to cancel Ultron out, as it were, the other part of that equation. But yeah, dude, excited. For someone who held off on watching this trailer because I didn't want to get the whole story, I did not get the whole story, but I got much more to keep myself entertained and keep me excited. So there we go. That's like what, 12 minutes of me rambling about this trailer. Dude, I'm excited. The only question is now, is there going to be something decent after the credits? And if there is, cool. I'm glad I'll go to the midnight showing. If there's not, if it's 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm sitting there going, fuck me, man. Another therapy session? Another Howard the Duck moment? Dude, why? So yeah, that's my lingering concern now. Do I go to the midnight showing and be, fuck it. It'll be worth it, man. If you got work the next morning, you make these sacrifices for Marvel. Think of all they've given you, man. Think of all they've given you over the years. You owe them this. So yeah, those are my thoughts on Age of Ultron Trailer 3. Let me know your thoughts below. Was I right? Was I an idiot? Was I wrong on anything here? Please call me out. Troll if you must. Like, share, subscribe, view, and all the usual jazz. And if I don't see you over the weekend, have yourselves a good weekend, YouTube.